Hey everyone, I've had some pork butt in the crock pot all day along with the carnitas seasoning, and now that it's getting close to dinner time, I'm ready to make some coleslaw to go with it. So I have two ideas about the coleslaw. It could easily go on top of the pork inside a tortilla shell, or you can just have the coleslaw on the side as like a side dish. So earlier in the week I cooked down red cabbage for some dish we were making, and since I was already cutting once, I took just a few extra minutes to cut the rest of the cabbage up into pretty skinny, pretty thin little pieces. And now I'm going to make some dressing. I'm going to start out with 2 garlic cloves, and I'm just going to peel them and then microplane them. You could also use your garlic press. You can mince them with a knife. But I'm going to use the garlic press, my microplane, because I'm also going to do some lime zest and some lime juice in my coleslaw. So, if I'm already getting that piece of equipment dirty, I might as well just do everything with it. I like to do, for my creamy coleslaw, half mayonnaise, half sour cream. You could also use plain Greek yogurt. You could make a vinegar version of this. I often make tangy coleslaw that way. I'm just gonna do my lime while I've got my cutting board right here. So I'm rolling the lime back and forth and pressing pretty firmly. I'm trying to break open those juice sacs inside so that I can get lots of juice out of my one lime here. And let's go ahead and microplane this right in. Try to just get the colored part of the rind. That's got the essential oils and what tastes like lime. If you get the white part underneath, called the pith, that's really bitter and just not so tasty. So you just do a few little shaves and then keep turning the lime. There we go. I'm going to put the whole thing in. We love lime, plus it's a great flavor to go with our pork carnitas, so I'm not too worried about it being too limey. There we go. I'll juice that in a second. I'm also going to do my garlic on here. I'm doing 2 garlic cloves. They're a decent size. If you really like garlic, do more. If you're like, I don't know if I even like that much garlic, do a little, then you can taste it. You can always add some more in. There's our other clove. I like microplaning it or doing it with a garlic press because you get really fine shreds of the garlic, so no one's going to get like a big bite of garlic or little pieces of it. It really distributes evenly into your dressing. So I'm a big fan of this style of garlic. Ooh, right down to the nub. There we go. All right, let's get some juice going. I like to cut off both ends of my citrus, then cut it in half. And this juicer happens to have 2, little flake just came off that, 2 different sizes. So these limes, they're gonna fit in our smaller one. I start with them in one direction, I juice it, then I'm gonna flip that lime right over. Oh, my goodness, even though I rolled that a lot, it's still kind of hard. I'm going to flip it over, so now the press will go the opposite direction and just get a few more, get a little bit more juice right out of that. There we go. Let's do our other half. Oh my goodness, this lime was feeling squishy when I was rolling it on the cutting board, but wow, it is giving me some trouble squeezing it. Oof, there we go. If you don't have a lime on hand, you could use any sort of acid. So even apple cider vinegar would be great. Rice vinegar. I don't know about, you could try red wine vinegar. It's got a little bit stronger of a taste, so I don't know if I would use that. Let's see. You could do lemon juice. If you want it to be even more tropical, you could do an orange, half of a piece of citrus. That'd be pretty tasty, actually. All right, we're going to do some sour cream in here. So like I said, I like to do a 50-50. And you guys know I just don't really measure anything, so I'm just doing a big old blob of sour cream. And then I'm going to do a little bit of mayonnaise as well. You could do like 50-50. I tend to do just a little bit less mayonnaise only because I'm not like a crazy mayonnaise fan. But I do like the consistency it imparts and a little bit the flavor. I love Duke's mayonnaise. If I'm going to eat mayonnaise, it's going to be Duke's mayonnaise. Ever since I ate it down in Atlanta, Georgia, visiting the relatives, I've been hooked. All right, that looks about good. We can always adjust later. I'm going to do a big pinch of salt in here, even a little more salt than that. Some fresh cracked black pepper. Perfect. And when you taste this, if your lime juice is just too much for you and you're like, wow, that is a very acidic, you can add a pinch of sugar. And I say a pinch, I mean like a literal pinch of actual sugar. That can help round out your dressing. It won't actually taste sweet. It'll just take that really, sour edge off of your lime juice if it was a little too much for you. All right, just mixing this up. And you can see this does have some viscosity to it. It's a little bit thicker, which is nice for your coleslaw. If you do a vinegary version where you don't use any mayonnaise or sour cream, obviously it would be super loose. But I do like let's see here. I do like doing a vinegar version, especially if I'm going to be doing like a shrimp taco. That's a really good thing. The other thought I had today, my friend Lori Dutcher, shout out. I spent the afternoon doing crafty time with her today, and she got her CSA, and it had a whole bunch of radishes in it, and we ate those on a salad, and then she sent me home with some because, what do you do with all these radishes? So I'm going to shred them, grate them into our coleslaw. Why not? I figured that'd be like a fun little addition. I've never grated a radish before. I'm hoping this works. What's that, babe? Yeah, radishes are peppery. They're yummy. Like I said, we had them in our salad earlier and they were so good. So that's why I thought maybe they'd be good in the coleslaw. They're crunchy, so they have a great texture. All right, that's shredded pretty well. That's a little mangled. Let's do another one. Stuff is spraying everywhere. Ooh, a little tricky to hang on to. Probably better if I had like a quick shred or use my food processor, but that's all right. We can handle hand grating. So crunchy and yummy. All right, that's 2. Let's just do the third one. Get them all in there. Yum. I was talking with Lori earlier about other things you can do with radishes, and I was like, I don't even know if I've ever had a radish other than raw in a salad. So now that's something I need to do. Google all the things you can do with a radish. I'm sure it can be sauteed or roasted. All right, that's pretty good. Those are just getting hard to hang on to. So into our dressing is going to go our shredded radish. We also have our it's not coleslaw yet, our red cabbage from earlier in the week. And I'm going to do a couple green onions. They are just so tasty. Cut those little ends right off. And I do like to get the outermost layer off a green onion because they sometimes get really dry. That one looks okay. There we go. Not too bad. These ones are pretty nice. I don't know if this is the bunch that came in our mock order or the ones we already had in the fridge, but not too shabby. I'm just slicing sort of down the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just to help get smaller pieces of the green onion. Oops, I didn't do a very good job on that one. Yowzers. There we go. Run our knife through here at a slight angle. I'm going to use definitely the whites, and I'm going to go up into the greens until I get to the dried out part. But I like all green onion. It just tastes so yummy. So fresh and mild. The flavor without the sharp bite. My stepdad, Jim, does not really like raw onion. So I think green onions are a great option for him. So you get that, like I said, the onion flavor, but without the intensity of a raw white onion. Now my mom, on the other hand, she and I both love when you mince up some white onion and then have that on a hamburger. Oh, so tasty. All right, there we go. Some green onions going right in. We're gonna toss it all together and give it a taste. We'll see if it needs, like I said, a touch of sugar, maybe some more salt. But what a quick, easy side dish for any sort of barbecue type food, picnic type food. Like I've got the pork shoulder going in the crock pot. We'll make some soft tacos out of that. This looks so good. All right, let's see how our lime. If I had cilantro in the refrigerator, I would have put that in as well. But we don't have any, so c'est la vie. All right, that looks great. Let me grab my fork. Give this a little taste. So good. Crunch of the cabbage, creaminess from the dressing. The lime is coming through beautifully. It's just so tasty. Guys, I hope you give this a try. You can mix all sorts of other vegetables into whatever you like for your coleslaw. You can easily use a Slaw bag mix, a rainbow coleslaw. You could do this with a Napa cabbage, a green cabbage, the red cabbage. Go nuts. All right, guys, have a great rest of your weekend.